Hello, it's Andrew with Gongs Unlimited, and we're here with a marvelous healing video for you. We're going to work today on healing the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, through the help of the Sri Yantra Gong and the Sri Yantra symbol. And why am I interested in using this gong to work on the fourth chakra? And we'll talk about it. Simply put, the yantra, which this one is often called the mother of all yantras. If you look at these interlocking triangles here, which become like stars, it kind of is a little bit about the symbolic nature of bringing the spirit into reality, or the reality is, I'm using another term, bringing it into the physical, and the physical communicating back to the spiritual nature, from God to body and back. And where that has a lot of interaction for us, being in these human bodies, is in the fourth chakra, because your lower three chakras are doing more with body and the emotions of the body and how we run the energy through the body. And then the upper chakras are communication with God and seeing spirit and communicating spirit, much like more spiritual vibrations. And the fourth chakra right there, the heart chakra, is like that sort of integration and what you're allowing to manifest from a spiritual level into the body, and what you're releasing and how you react and experience things. Now, the interesting thing about the fourth chakra is we associate it a lot with our relationships and how we're communicating to people. It's like, I love him. You have a piece of my heart. Take another little piece of my heart, baby. All those kind of things where you're kind of leaving that fourth chakra energy around and giving it away, but then it becomes filled up, your fourth chakra, with things that are not necessarily you, or in a sense, things that might be keeping you from having that communication, a fourth chakra communication with your higher self, with God, with Allah, with whatever name you want to use for the creator. And what's also interesting about it, when you have spaces in there that have been filled up, it's a great place for people to control how much you can have or be or do. You ever have the things like, oh, that person, they got the really cool boyfriend and the fancy car, but I can't have that. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. The classic thing from, if you remember a movie a long time ago, Wayne's World, where they would go, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. Well, they were doing that in front of a celebrity at that point, and that was what the game they were playing was like, you're much better than us. We're not good. But that's not true. So today, we're going to ask you to kind of sit back. We're going to work on healing our heart chakras. I want you to kind of sit back in your chair, breathe. Just notice your body. Notice that which is here in present time. Your feet, your legs, your butt, your back, whatever's sitting there. If you need to and you want to lay down, go ahead. I'm not going to care about that. As long as you're not like piloting a plane right now, or working on some sort of nuclear fusion, but you're just kind of in your room, relaxing. Just notice your breath. Close your eyes. And I want you just to kind of imagine for right now the Sri Yantra symbol in your mind's eye, and just say hello to it. Don't do anything about it. Just imagine it. Just say hello to that symbol. And let its healing energies permeate your kind of mind right now, your consciousness. You don't even know what that has to mean, but just let the healing that has to go. Don't demand anything of it. Don't demand, just allow yourself to allow that energy to heal you. Now let that image you had dissolve. And I want you to say hello to yourself, you as a spirit. However that means, you're just in the center of your head. Imagine you're behind your eyes, you're in your body, and just say hello to yourself. Maybe you notice pain or constriction, or that's all okay. Just say hello to that. Like imagine yourself stretching yourself out as a spirit. You as a spirit, you're stretching yourself out the same way you might stretch out your physical body. Where's the kinks? Just say hello to them. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to push them like you do with your physical body. You just say hello to them and allow them to release. A key thing about spiritual healing is it's not a battle. It's not a fight. It's not effort. It's just saying hello. That's how much power you have as a spirit. Now, notice that. And I want you to imagine on your mind's eye, on your screen, if you have, imagine a screen in front of you, your fourth chakra. And for fun, don't imagine it like you've seen on the internet, a green symbol or something like that. Just say hello to what's yours. A little bit of it, you could imagine sort of like a tube, because it connects to the front and the back. And it's where you as a spirit communicate into your body. And just say hello to it. Maybe you notice something. Does it look cracked or torn? Do you notice someone's face in there? Maybe you notice an energy or a stuckness. Just your fourth chakra, not all the other chakras. And just say hello to it. Don't do anything. You can just say hello and see what happens. Do you say hello and an energy goes, screw you? Or do you say hello and it goes, love you? But it doesn't even sound like your voice. It sounds like someone else you know. Is there pain? And I want you just to imagine a bowl in front of it that will magnetically call out some of that first level of energy that's not yours. It could be love energy. It could be your grandma goes, oh, you're such a sweet baby. You're such a sweet baby. And she's just sitting in her fourth chakra all the time. And you can't get your own affinity in there because you have grandmas. It could be positive or negative. That's the funny part. When that bowl fills up, I want you just to imagine that bowl exploding and the energy going back to where it came from. No effort, just boom. I just imagine exploding, fireworks, boom. Okay, so say hello to that fourth chakra. You just gave it a healing right there. Did you know that? You did. You released energy. So now I want you to look at that fourth chakra of yours and say hello to imagine an energy that's keeping you from having something you want because you don't feel an affinity with yourself. You don't like yourself. And you might like yourself a lot on the surface, but somewhere, or if you don't like yourself, maybe it's something that like you agreed to, a family level, like, oh, we never can have this kind of fun. We never can have this kind of money. But I want you to see some energy that's not you, that's causing a limit for you. You're the sister who'll never get married. You'll never be able to write a book. You'll never graduate from college. You'll never get out of debt, whatever the limit is. And take a look at it. Don't do anything with it. Don't fight it. Don't just do it. Is it crunchy? Is it a dark color? Is it a high, whiny pitch noise? But that's a limit from you communicating to God. And you want you to imagine to go into that bowl. It's in front of you. Without pushing it, just let it go. Ooh, it just plops into the bowl. Maybe there's somebody from middle school who told you you're never going to be a cool kid. Maybe it's something from a past life. Oh my gosh, I killed all those people when I cooked the bad mutton, and now I can never forgive myself forever and ever because I was a bad cook. It could be all these things. It may just be one. I'm just talking through. Do you just let them keep filling up into that? Now, sometimes you might find this stuff gets a little stuck, doesn't want to come out. And so what I want you to imagine is that fourth chakra, surround it with golden forgiveness. Just let it fill into that fourth chakra. Go forgive yourself. Forgive those who judged you. And let it help move anything else that's still stuck. Allow that big bowl full of gunk to explode like fireworks. Wow, man, look at it go. And breathe. And come back to present time. You're not in those past times. Breathe. And take a look at your fourth chakra now. Is it droopy? Is it empty? Is there, maybe all you see is black, but is there like a little ray of things where you cleaned out? And I want you to fill that space up. I want you to imagine maybe even a pitcher that's filled up with the energy of being able to have, being able to create, where you were told before that you couldn't by someone else. And fill it up with that ability in the spaces. Like, I just cleaned out this dirty part, but now I want to make it all filled up, because if you don't fill it up with good stuff, guess what? The old stuff just floats back in. Fill up your fourth chakra with what you'd like. Now that I've cleaned out that bully from 7th grade, that's middle school, I can fill it up with, I'm okay. I am a cool kid. Of course, I just say silly things like that, but you pick you know what's going on with you. And allow that information in the fourth chakra to start to communicate to all your chakras. Hey, look, I've changed. I'm now lighter. And let all the other chakras know. I'm going to play the gong. Oop, I'm going to stand up here again. I'm going to play the gong for a little bit, and you can do this again if you need to. Practice doing this. It's going to start to open things up in your life if you can clean out your fourth chakra and have more things. So we're going to play a little gong, so if you want to still work on what we just did, go ahead. as we go, let me just remind you, you can do this with any of your chakras. You'll just be cleaning out slightly different things, but the fourth chakra is a lot about that ability to have and respond and not get stuck. Because when you're not feeling good about yourself, even if you're unconscious about it, like imagine if you just, I'm always thinking about this, I'm always thinking I'm this way, I take it for granted I'm this way. Well, maybe someone got you stuck on that. Maybe you're not really that way. So please enjoy this. You can always come back to it and do it again and clean out your other chakras too. Thanks.